Hello, I'm Alex, and this week we're doing bases for city ruins to fit in with my current 10th edition project, which is going to be a small combat patrol of Tau and Kroot. So as you can see here, I've already prepped a base with the Kroot, and I'm trying to fit the theme with my Dark Strider mini, because that came with like the pre-rubble built on the base, so I want it to fit the entire theme. So let's get into it. I'm going to show you what you're going to need for this. So you want to use Necromunda bases because I think they look like Imperial streets. They remind me of like gutter drains and stuff. And then for this video, I'm using AdMech spare pieces. I'm going to clip them up and make it look like rubble because I kind of like some of the corners and the shapes that looks like blown up scenery. Of course, you can use whatever you have at your disposal. And here's just a close up of what I actually picked for the two bases. So let me know in the comments if you are using a particularly different type of piece for your rubbles or spare bits, because I just want to talk to you about this. So first off, we're going to use Sterling Mud. Of course, you can use any type of different brand, but this is to kind of look like rubble. As you can see on screen then, I'm going to start applying the spare bits in to make it look like it's sunken into the city and it's in ruins and it's an active combat zone. So that fits in with my theme of the Tau Kroot in a kind of imperial planet. It's an invasion, or it's like a scouting mission gone wrong. And here it is with a prime of Chaos Black and Gracia. So the Sterling Mud's dried, and it's dried around those bits, and it looks like rubble now. And we're going to get into painting now. So we're going to use contrasts because it just speeds things up, it keeps it easy. So for the main base of the city ruins, the streets, the big metal parts, rubble sticking out, we are using Basilican Grey. I think it looks quite nice with the Chaos Black and Gracia air can spray primer. So now we're going to use Wildwood. So you want to use Wildwood on all the rubble parts. And then what I did, I started applying some Dakarov Flesh. I've probably butchered the pronunciation of that name, apologies. I find like the lighter browns help break up that dark brown. And then I forgot to record this bit, but then what I actually did when it dried out a bit more, I did then apply some Plague Bearer Flesh because I thought that looked like kind of grown over moss slightly, and then you got the bit of the green there with that brown, and I think that works quite well. So as I'm showing you here now, that's what they look like. And then what I did, yes, we're using Streak and Grime. So there's a video up there showing you how I use Streak and Grime. We're going to apply that on all the bases because that's really going to get into the nooks and crannies and it's going to make it look really dark and dingy. But then we're going to use White Spirit, which you can also get with the Streak and Grime from AK Interactive, to remove it off those areas to let some of the colour come through. I just use a cheap makeup sponge and I just slowly wipe it off, and then that colour comes through a bit, but then that Streak and Grime really darks everything down and brings it together, which I'm quite happy with. And you can see a quick shot here with the difference of the Streak and Grime on and then the Streak and Grime slightly removed, but then that's done its job. So now what we're going to do, I like to use pigments. I use European Earth by Vallejo. You don't have to, you can use whatever you want, you don't have to use pigments, but I found pigments help. Now, I try not to put a lot on, and I do brush a lot of it off. I kind of want it just kind of in there, so it looks like it's being brought up by troops running through the city. Now, I'm very guilty of this next part. You don't have to, but I then like to flick with an old toothbrush some blood for the blood god to make it look like there's been some fresh fighting, and it's getting a bit tasty on the streets of insert Imperial City name. Maybe you can think of an Imperial City name. And here is the finished product for our ruins, our city fights, whatever you want to call it. City ruins, Imperial ruins. But this is probably going to be the theme for my small combat patrol for my Tau and Kroot. So hopefully you liked that. Thank you so much for dropping on by and watching the video. It's greatly appreciated. I had loads of fun making this. Once again, I've been Alex. This is Alex Attempts Tabletop. And if you want to go that bit further, thank you to the people on screen. £1 a month, you get some blogs, some videos. Well, the blog's actually free now. I do apologise. You can actually just check out the Patreon. It's only the videos will have a paywall. But thank you for the comments, for the subbing, for the liking. It's the whole YouTube spiel. You're used to this. Anyway, I'm Alex. You take care now, and I hopefully see you again. And if not, thank you for dropping on by today.